right, one more bite. That's all. One more.
All right, I gotta give him a fork.
Don't get this on camera. This is not for the episode. Don't get this on camera. That's just for me. It's not for the camera. Are you recording that? Hey guys, I'm Greg Hudson, host of America's Best Restaurants, where you know what we do. We scour the country, checking out hidden gems along with your local favorites. And today we got an awesome recommendation in Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, right on the water. Now check this out. These guys have fresh seafood delivered 6 days a week. They're making scratch-made pasta, and they have an award-winning wine list. So it's time to dine lakeside at Lago Su Bella. Manja. Hey, Mike, this place is gorgeous.
Greg, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man.
Pleasure. Welcome.
Thank you. This is a beautiful setting.
Thank you so much.
You know, on the outside, it looks like it's this brand new building, like they could have just built it a few months ago. But you come in here, man.
Yeah.
The brick, the ceiling, the tables.
It is. It is a brand new building. Actually, it's less than 4 years old, but it's new.
It's got that rustic feel, though.
That was our vibe. That was our goal. We wanted to have kind of like a newer industrial, but industrial chic vibe to it. But we wanted to blend in. Oconomowoc has a very unique and deep history when it comes to the old historic buildings, when it comes to the Cream City brick and the tin ceilings and the height of the ceiling and the depth of the space. We wanted to kind of emulate that and copy that and be a part of that. Even though it's a brand new building, when we came into this space, it was raw, just concrete and steel studs. We built it from scratch, and we wanted to kind of fit into the area as Oconomowoc.
Did an awesome job. And by the way, I just learned, for those of you at home, maybe you know this, I did not, that the Cream City brick, that's why they call Milwaukee the Cream City, not because of the dairy, I learned that recently, but because of the color of this brick. And so you've really brought that in to your space here.
Correct.
And what about the name?
So Lago Su Bella, the viewers will see later in the episode that there's a body of water that we overlook, and it's called Lago Su Bella, which translates from French to a beautiful lake. And so our Italian spin on that is Lago Su Bella, which also means a beautiful lake. So we are Bertrands overlooking a beautiful lake.
And it is. The view is gorgeous. I can't wait for you to see that also. And another thing that I noticed by looking over the menu, man, scratch-made food, fresh food. Seafood in particular seems to be chef's specialty.
So chef is just not a chef. He's also
Speaking of which, thank you very much.
This is our mussels. This is one of our more popular appetizers. A lot of people make a meal out of it, actually.
I could see why.
But chef is more than just a chef. He is my partner in this business. And when we came into this, we decided that we were going to do everything from scratch. And so we're open 6 days a week. 6 days a week, we have a truck that pulls up that has our fresh seafood on it. We buy our fish whole, or at least a side, and chef butchers that here on site every day.
Never frozen, just for every single, so hold on a second, time out. 6 days a week, you're open 6 days a week. A truck pulls up with fresh seafood.
Many trucks, actually.
Several trucks. Fresh seafood, never frozen, and chef is doing all the filleting and butchering here.
Everything gets packed on ice. As a matter of fact, we don't even have a freezer on site. The only smaller freezer that we have is just for gelato.
What? For the gelato, that's it?
That's it.
Well, let's get to these mussels. Speaking of freshness, my friend. So what are we looking at?
So this is Chef Joe's rendition of a mussel. These are Banger Island mussels. They are in a Sambuca cream sauce.
Oh,
they are
baby.
fantastic. So the best way to get the sauce out, I have seen people when they're done with the dish, the shells go into the bucket, of course, but I have seen people when they're done with the dish to try to do one of these to get the rest of the sauce out. Doesn't go well.
It's all over.
In Italian form, get bread in there and then put the bread in there and soak up the sauce.
That's the smarter play, I think.
That's the smarter play.
Let's get in here, man, because I see some blistered tomatoes.
You bet.
Oh, these are gorgeous. And it's a Sambuca cream sauce,
Sambuca cream sauce.
Definitely getting in there.
Cheers.
Cheers, my friend. Oh my gosh, look at that. Plenty of cream sauce to be had, too. Blistered tomato.
What do you think?
Oh. That's incredible. And I'll tell you, just from my experience with seafood, mussels are one of those seafoods that if they're not fresh, they will tell you right away.
Oh, absolutely, you'll know.
Mussels are one seafood for me. I'll be honest, when I was younger, as I was just getting into food, I didn't like mussels for a long time because I had some that weren't fresh, they were frozen, and mussels are a dead giveaway when they are not fresh, man. I'm here to tell you. So make sure you get them fresh. These are fresh. I'm gonna get another one.
Help yourself.
And that cream sauce. So Sambuca by nature has a bit of a black licorice flavor to it.
Anisette.
Yeah, there you go. And these are delicious. The cream sauce goes perfect with it. It's subtle though. It's not like if you've ever had Sambuca either like a shot or on the rocks, it punches you in the face.
Right.
This has just that subtle note of Sambuca. And I think maybe the brightness of the tomato and that cream really temper it out.
Well, that is that we flambe it before serving it, of course. So a lot of the alcohol from the Sambuca does get burned off. But we have people that request just the sauce, and unfortunately, the sauce just doesn't become the sauce by itself.
You need the liquor from those mussels.
You need the liquor from the mussels and the flavor from the mussels and everything else. But I'll turn that into a linguine side dish any day of the week.
These are incredible. If we're starting with this, I can't wait to find out what else Chef has up his sleeve. Do you know what else he's got for us a little bit later?
Yes, this evening he's preparing a Bronzino, which is a Mediterranean sea bass. That's one of our more popular dishes.
Yeah.
And then besides that, we're also going to be serving our swordfish.
Whoa.
Grilled swordfish, that's a Sal Mariglio sauce. It's fantastic.
Man.
Yeah, the trick with the swordfish is it dries out very quickly. So Joe's team that he has back in the kitchen, the whole team in the restaurant actually, is just we're top notch. We pride ourselves on our level of service, speed of service, being able to deliver a fresh, piping hot product to the table when it's ordered. But the guys back in the kitchen do a fantastic job knowing timing and temperatures.
And if you're telling me now, let me explain something to you. If they're bringing in fresh Bronzino, not frozen, swordfish, not frozen, that's pretty special. That is very, very special to bring in. So I'm looking forward to that. If you don't mind, I want to see more of the restaurant and the view and kind of talk about your story, how you and Joe came together, because you guys, you're kind of like this perfect marriage of you've got the front of the house and it sounds like what he's doing in the kitchen is special. So let's take a walk, man. Show me around.
That sounds great.
All right. The mussels were fantastic.
Excellent. Glad you enjoyed.
And congratulations, man. You and Joe are really doing something special here.
Yeah, we have a great chemistry, the two of us. Everything is working out very well.
How did that happen? Because you obviously have a mastery of the front of house and what's happening here. Joe, my gosh, his menu looks incredible.
Yeah.
How did this work out between the two of you?
Well, it's kind of an interesting story. I used to have a restaurant down over on Oconomowoc Lake about 8 years ago. I sold it because I thought I was going to be done with the restaurant business. Lo and behold, it never leaves your blood, really. But when I sold it to a French guy. He opened up as a French restaurant, and somehow he was able to tie in with Joe and have him be his executive chef.
Now, was Joe your executive chef at the first
place?
He was not.
He and I never met before I left the restaurant business the first time. And so when I went back just to visit with my old staff and everything else, and I got to know Joe that way. He ended up leaving that restaurant, and actually the restaurant got torn down a number of years ago, and the project went up in his place. However, when I decided about 5 years ago I wanted to get back into the restaurant business, Joe was the first person I called. As a matter of fact, I had to reach out to him from Facebook Messenger because I didn't have his telephone number. We connected. I said, what do you think about getting it? Do you want to do something in Oconomowoc? He said, what are you thinking? I said, there's a brand new project going in. It's going to be a condominium project, and the first floor is wide open, blank slate. We can do whatever we want. We can buy 4,000 square feet or 8,000 square feet, whatever we want to do.
Man.
And we got about where we were, and just it was just nothing but concrete. The windows weren't even in. The building was still going vertical when we first visited, but we got about halfway down the walk that we just came down, and we saw that. And that's the view that's really one of our selling features is the view of the beautiful lake out there. And we decided to do something. He wanted to do Italian. I'm like, hey, I'm in all whatever.
Yeah.
He said, what's my time frame? I said, it's going to take me about 1.5 years to build out the space. He put together an exit strategy where he was, and here we are.
Man, and you're right. I mean, $1 million view out here. Lake is gorgeous. And what's interesting too, you just mentioned something that had me kind of do a double take. So when you bought this place, it was nothing but concrete and pillars.
Yeah, the building was still going vertical when we got into the space.
But if you look around, like this place has so much character between the brick and then the ceiling. It doesn't feel like a cookie cutter place that was built just a few years back.
Yeah, that was.
How did you design this yourself?
I did. Yeah, I did all the design. My wife had a lot to do with the help with the fixtures, of course, the light fixtures, and all the details. But as far as a raw layout, yeah, this Joe and I put to get the design of the kitchen and how the kitchen and the dining room are going to talk to one another, to the construction of the table and the bar, knowing that we had to figure out a way how to get people from the front door all the way to the restaurant. It's a very long space, so having a long table and a long bar draws people in. That was the whole idea.
Love those tables too.
Thank you.
They look like they're reclaimed wood.
They are not. Well, it's not reclaimed actually. When I was building out the restaurant space, my wife and I were actually putting an addition on our house, and a couple of trees had to come down to make room for our addition on our house. So this hard maple and that hard black walnut, we got slabbed up and I repurposed into this table.
They just put it to good use. A tree that needed to be removed anyway. Let's make a table. It just works so well here.
Yeah.
Okay, and your wine list. As we were walking around, I'm checking out the restaurant before we start shooting the episode, and I see you won some awards for your wine list.
We have an extensive wine list. Yeah, we qualified for the Wine Enthusiast 3 years in a row. For wine and excellence. That's something we really pride ourselves on. We do we're heavy in the Italians, obviously, because we're an Italian restaurant, but we do a lot of Californias also, and then we have a section in our wine menu that's actually Calital, California Italian inspired wines from California. What we've learned that Italian wines, they have laws in Italy and France as well that they simply do not allow certain things to be put into wine like we are here in America.
Right.
California, there's sulfites and additives, flavor enhancers, so on and so forth. The California wine with the Calital inspired nature, they make it with the true spirit of Italian vintages.
That's incredible. And I need to brag on you guys for just a second, because you have a program here where you discount wines, bottles of wine for folks.
That's correct.
Is that certain days of the week?
That's Wednesdays and Sundays that we do half price bottles of wine up to $100. Anything over $100, we're still going to discount $50 off that bottle, but it gets people out of their comfort zone. It gets people to try something that they wouldn't normally try. Obviously it's turned out very well.
Or something else you can do with that. If it were me, I like wine. I don't know a ton about wine. So you guys obviously are just complete connoisseurs when it comes to wine. So I'm someone, and probably a lot of people watching, right, where you want to try a higher end, higher priced wine, but the last thing you want to do is spend $95 on something just to not like it.
Right.
So if I can come in and I can get 50% off a $95 bottle of wine, that's a little more approachable, and then I get to try a higher end wine that normally you wouldn't get to try, because a lot of times too, wines like that aren't sold by the glass. You have to buy the bottle.
Sure. And
so for people to be able to come in and get a taste of some of these higher end wines and also get recommendations from you guys.
Absolutely, that's why we're here.
That's fantastic.
And our policy is if you're interested in trying a bottle of wine, something that we suggest, if you don't like it, we're happy to drink it for you.
Hey, can somebody order wine they don't like, please? So Mike and I can just go sit down and have at it. And before we close out here, I want to talk about the menu, because I've noticed how fresh everything is. From reading things online to talking to you off camera, talking to Chef. How are you guys able to do that?
It's not me. That's all Joe. The menu speaks through Joe.
Okay.
And he's able to do that. That's the way he's always cooked, and that's the way he's always led his kitchen. Is fresh every single day.
Yeah.
I think we mentioned in the beginning, we have a seafood truck that comes in 6 days a week. We have a produce truck that comes in 6 days a week. Everything coming out of the kitchen tonight landed here today.
Man. Speaking of which, I think I got to go eat now, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to go sit down with Chef.
My pleasure.
Thank
You're
you
going to
for the
enjoy.
story. I definitely will.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Time to eat, everybody. Well, Chef, thanks for joining us, man. Thanks for making your way out of the kitchen.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And I didn't get to chat with you earlier, but we tried the mussels when I first got here, man. Next level.
Thank you very
Next
much.
level. I know
Appreciate
seafood
you
is a big thing for you.
Absolutely.
But what do you bring us this time?
Well, today is kind of a twist on a classic. So we have a ricotta gnocchi. I love ricotta gnocchi because
So
it's
do I.
a little bit softer than regular gnocchi. A lot of times gnocchi can be very hard and
Dense.
For me, dense. Correct me. This is going to be like eating a pillow. And the way we prepare it, saute a little garlic shallots with our local source Italian sausage. Casper Balestrieri, a dear friend of mine, has made the sausage for us. Little white wine, spinach, little tomato, and a little cream as well. White wine, finish with a little butter. And to me, this is extremely, and dolce gorgonzola from Italy.
Dolce gorgonzola from Italy.
Which really just makes it extremely rich, but still light at the same time.
Okay. Well, I need you to eat with me, man. I'll grab
brother,
some, you
I'm
grab
starving.
some.
I appreciate it.
Oh, and that's the Italian sausage you said? Is that the sausage on top there? Okay. A little spinach, sausage, tomato. All right, here we go. So a little of everything here, right?
Oh yeah.
This
I'm
is like
tell you right now, it's gonna be light as a feather.
Excellent.
Right now.
I'm gonna grab like the creamiest piece right now, big piece of sausage. Oh, here we go. You getting in here? You checking this out? Look at this.
Yeah, come on.
Get it? Yeah, come on. Oh no, I dropped the meat. There we go. Got it. I don't care. Come on, man. Whoa. Velvety is the first word that comes to mind.
Thank you very much.
Velvety. Because what happens is, in my palate anyway, you're right, that gnocchi just melts. But it melts in harmony with the sauce, if that makes any sense at all.
It does, absolutely. 100%.
So the gnocchi on its own would melt, but I don't know how to explain it. Like the sauce just coats the gnocchi and they all melt together. So you really get the flavor from the sauce, and you're right, that dolce gorgonzola, it's not, I know some people with blue cheese can be a bit weird.
As well as I.
Chef admittedly off camera said that.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't have that pungent blue cheese flavor. It enhances the flavor of the gnocchi, in my opinion. And then at the very end, that Italian sausage comes in and just
the fennel
smacks you.
And it just the layering of flavors is what we look for.
Man. And okay, one more time through the sauce.
Mm-hmm. So garlic shallots.
Garlic and shallots.
Yeah. Italian sausage, the spinach, because it has to be starting with layers before we get to the sauce.
Okay.
White wine, spinach, little butter at the end, cream, and just let it reduce softly.
Wow.
It just simply letting time go and to develop the flavors.
Yeah.
Nothing's rushed. But the gnocchi, when that's ready, the sauce has to be ready.
Agreed.
Gnocchi's right.
Because they come together so well.
Correct.
And I need to, well, not that you need me to compliment you, chef. You're an incredible chef. But I want to explain something if you're watching at home. A sauce like this that's that complex, that has the cream in it, making sure it doesn't break on you.
Right.
Because it can break in a heartbeat. I mean, it's literally the difference between the sauce coming out like this and tasting that way and the sauce being broken is seconds.
Right.
It is seconds, and temperature-wise, it's 1 or 2 degrees that can make a difference.
Yes.
You've perfected this.
Thank you. It's about adding the gorgonzola at the right time with the cream. So
Yeah.
it actually acts as a thickening agent to coat the pasta the way pasta is supposed to be coated.
Man, you've perfected it.
Thank you.
If I tried, I love to cook, I really do. If I tried to make this at home, man, it would take me weeks to get that sauce right. I'd break it every time.
No, I'd
it's just
rather-
too delicate and perfect.
I'd rather have you come to the restaurant.
I'd rather come to the restaurant too. Are you kidding me?
Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna finish off the pasta. What's around the corner, chef?
We're gonna do one of our great dishes, our Bronzino dish, and maybe a little. We're gonna do swordfish as well.
Okay.
And then one of my favorites is our lamb
Whoa.
lollipops.
So a lot to get to. We're coming right back with some Bronzino and then some swordfish and some lamb and who knows what else. Chef, next level, man.
No problem.
Great
Thank
job.
you, brother. Thank you. No problem.
Okay, chef, you got me with the gnocchi first of all.
Right on.
We're moving on to the seafood, which I know that you're pretty famous for. Like your dishes,
Love my seafood.
when it comes to the seafood, we tried the mussels; those were outstanding. How in the hell are you getting fresh Bronzino here? How's that work?
You gotta have the right connections. No, but no.
It's your Sicilian roots, right?
Right.
You know a guy who knows a guy.
I know a guy who knows a guy. This Bronzino comes from Greece.
Okay.
My fish purveyor is top notch, and never have ever been disappointed. Whatever they brought me.
Excellent.
25 years of dealing with the company.
Oh man.
But this Bronzino is actually one of my favorite fishes. Absolutely one of my favorites.
And explain a little bit before we dig in here to people watching at home, because a Bronzino, as far as I've had, it's a white fish, pretty clean.
Correct.
Explain a little bit about the Bronzino and what makes
The
it special.
Bronzino comes in as a whole fish. We fillet, butterfly it, pin bone out. Love to keep the skin on, keeps the moisture of the fish on. But also, I love the crispiness, and I love skin more than anything on fish.
I do too.
That is absolutely phenomenal.
Completely agree. All right, let's dig in. What's underneath? I see some spinach.
Oh, so we have inside is a caramelized fennel, onion, celery, carrots, a little garlic, a little shallots, and underneath is a saffron risotto, also known as risotto Milanese, which is my favorite risotto,
Beautiful.
with a limoncello caper sauce.
I thought I smelled a little lemon.
Yep, it's a
I wasn't sure.
limoncello caper sauce.
Whoa, babe. Oh yeah, I like that
Just
skin.
take the whole thing.
You sure?
Yeah, just go ahead. Go gorilla on it.
I will. You don't gotta tell me twice, chef. Yes, chef. Okay, nice piece of fish here. Got that risotto. Oh man, a little bit of spinach. Beautiful. Oh man,
Hope you're enjoying that.
I absolutely am. You know what I love is nothing is overpowering. Everything, it's just a perfect marriage of flavors.
Yeah, it's got to be a harmony.
It is. That's exactly what you got. I love this.
One can't overpower the other. And the fish
Balance.
is so light that you definitely don't want to overpower it.
Not at all. Look at that skin. I'm with you. I'm a big fish skin guy, man.
Me too.
Oh baby,
Thank
I'm
you,
getting that
brother.
crunch on the edge.
Appreciate that.
And it is, Bronzino's such a wonderful fish, especially I think this time of year next to the lake. It's warm, it's summertime.
Sure.
Beautiful white fish.
I like to keep things light, and I want you to order multiple courses, so you're not just stuffed on one thing.
Right.
That it all blends together.
And so far, that's kind of what I'm noticing about your cooking, particularly, was the mussels. The broth was great, and even though it had, that gorgonzola cheese, the broth was still light enough, And then we move on to the fish. This is incredibly light and balanced. That gnocchi, when you think of gnocchi, sometimes we talked about it. It can be kind of dense. Yours is light and pillowy, and the same thing here. There's so much balance here, but it's still light and flavorful. You're able to achieve a balance that many chefs aren't able to do, man.
Thank you, brother.
It's fantastic. No, I mean it.
Thank
Being serious. Yeah, dig in with me, will you?
Yeah, I'm going back in for more.
Please do.
It's my favorite fish.
I understand why. But again, it goes back to the fact that you're getting the fish fresh 6 days a week.
Correct.
The dish on its own is very impressive. Okay. And then when you add that layer on top, not only that, you're getting fresh fish from Greece, a whole Bronzino brought in here, and you're butchering it yourself, you're filleting it yourself, and creating these recipes with that fresh fish. It's just incredible, man. I don't know how you do it. I honestly don't.
Thank you for the compliment.
Truthfully,
It means the world.
I really,
Thank you so
I
much.
don't. So I'm gonna take one more bite, but what's coming up now? We're going out of the seafood realm now, right? What do we got next?
We're gonna go to a local source, lamb. I'll do lamb lollipops for Pin Oak Farms. That's in Delavan, Wisconsin. They're just a wonderful family, wonderful lamb, some of the best I've ever had. And just goes into our complement of a little meat side of what we do here at Lago Su Bella.
Excellent. All right, we're gonna clean up with the Bronzino here. Austin, our videographer, producer's laughing at me because I'm enjoying myself way
Yeah,
too
because
much.
he wants to eat.
I think you're right. We're gonna let him grab a bite. Chef's gonna head over and get that lamb ready.
All
Two
right,
for
brother.
two, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Two for
Appreciate
two.
it.
Chef, you're killing me here, man. Getting a little stuffed, but I'm not mad about it at all. And we're doing things a little different. We're gonna go from surf to turf, right, with some lamb?
Correct. So we're doing our local source lamb from Pin Oak Farms in Delavan, a wonderful lamb producer that we have.
Here locally in state.
Correct.
Fantastic.
Correct. Yeah, they're wonderful people. They,
Love that.
Source me out very well. So what we do with the lamb is the whole racks come in, butcher, light marinade, garlic shallots, lemon zest, cracked pepper, and herbs.
How long do you marinate
grilled.
those for?
Those go 24 hours.
24 hours, okay.
24 hours. And then it's served with our verde sauce, which is a green sauce.
Beautiful color on that.
A local source. Asparagus come from Chef's Rick Garden. with garlic mashed potatoes.
Wonderful.
And we call this in Italian my version of scattadito, which means to burn your fingers while you eat it. So you can go gorilla style, or you can use a fork and a knife if you want.
I'm gonna go saltadito. Is that what you call it? Scattadito. I'm going to need to work on my Italian.
Right.
I'm gonna be really honest with you guys because we sat the plate down and Chef and I are chatting. We're getting ready to start rolling. I got a little nervous because these are right in front of me. Fork and knife. I don't want to eat it that way. I was hoping you would say we pick the bad boy up, we take a big bite. That's how I like to do lamb chops like this.
Dig in.
Let's go.
All right, brother.
So we got. Should I get a little salsa on here?
Oh yeah, you got to have
salsa
the verde. Yep.
Just coat that nicely.
Salud.
Cheers, salud. Oh man,
Right?
Come on,
Right?
that is delicious. And again, not frozen. I can tell. It's not
Absolutely
like
not.
packed and frozen. And,
Absolutely
No,
not.
but a lot of times you'll go to the store, and then the freezer section they have meat. This is like fresh, right up the road.
No, there's no sense in that. You got to eat fresh.
I'm with you, man. But a lot of places don't do it the way you do it. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
Very kind of you.
Man, that's next level. Talk me through that salsa verde, man.
Parsley, basil, garlic, little shallot, rice wine vinegar, salt and pepper,
Okay.
and olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, and it's emulsified.
Where am I getting that brightness from?
Oh, the lemon zest.
Okay, lemon
Yeah,
zest.
lemon zest,
I'm
yeah.
waiting for the lemon zest, the lime zest, something because I'm getting some sort of brightness on that, which is phenomenal. Mm. Chef, you're too good to me, man.
Thank you for joining us.
Of course. I'm gonna make myself feel better by eating asparagus. Feel like I'm eating a little healthy. And
Yes, you know.
What about
go
the mashed potatoes?
sophisticated. Yeah, it's a garlic mash that we do, and the local source asparagus.
And I keep coming back to the freshness, man. Local,
Thank you.
fresh, and the way that your community, your culinary community, work together as far as
Absolutely.
restaurants, purveyors.
Yeah, we're blessed to be in Wisconsin. And all the products that we have to our disposal seasonally.
Man, this again is fantastic.
I gotta finish this too.
Yeah, what's there to finish, Chef? Nothing left to finish. All right, we got one more lamb chop each, and then did you say something about swordfish?
We do have swordfish coming, which is such a clean dish, very light, very vibrant. And then I like to bring out one of our signature desserts as well with that, if it's all right with you.
Let me see. I think I've got time for
You
dessert.
got
I think
time
we'll be
for
all
it?
right, Chef.
All right, brother.
I think we'll be okay. All right, coming around the corner, we got some swordfish and apparently a dessert.
All right.
In the meantime, I'm gonna finish this.
Now he's getting pissed. He's got to finish one.
Sorry,
He wants
one
one
for you
of them. He just wanted
One for
the
you
second
too.
one.
And we keep going, Chef.
We're not done.
Another piece of art right in front of us.
Oh, thank you.
What do we have? Come on, man.
Tonight we have our grilled swordfish
Okay.
with San Marillo sauce, which is a classic sauce in Italy that they're going to use a lot with fish. It's very light, very vibrant. Tomatoes, olive oil, little garlic, fresh herbs, lemon zest. Very simplistic.
Okay.
Something to complement the fish but not overpower the fish so you can take. Because swordfish is a dense fish and it's light, but still mild flavored.
Sure.
And then underneath we have our truffle Roman potatoes. So they're fried potatoes with a little black truffle salt and
That's what
garlic
that is.
spinach.
That's what that is. Because when they placed this, they set it down, and I'm looking underneath, and I'm like, man, that looks like potatoes, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But so it is potatoes with
Right.
What you said, truffles.
Black truffle salt that it accents it. So you got a little truffle in this, and you're going to see a lot in Italy. The fish served with potatoes. They could be fried potatoes of any form, chips or anything like this, to make it very light.
Okay, because that's the thing too. I'm not used to seeing potatoes served with fish. I wasn't quite sure. And is this what you're talking about when you said it's a lightly glazed or sauced right down there?
Correct.
Because that does look very light and delicate.
Yes.
Okay.
Very simple flavors.
Let's dig in, Chef. I'll grab a fillet.
Go ahead, grab the first one.
Now, how do you want me to eat this? You want me to get a little of everything?
I would say a little
fish first.
A little fish,
okay,
potato, and a little bit of spinach together, and then, as we say, scarpetta to scrape the plate.
Is that what that means?
Scrape the plate.
Scarpetta this quite well. All right, some potatoes, some fish. Scrape the plate, scarpetta. Here we go.
Very simple, very clean flavors.
Man, that's delicious. I'm getting just a hint of that black truffle too.
Yep.
Again, the way you balance flavors, man, it's next level.
Thank you.
And I love this spinach with it.
Oh.
To me, the spinach is that bridge between the fish and the potato. It's so delicious.
Thank you.
Delicious.
It means the world you're saying that.
No, I'm serious. Let me get one more bite here. And again, you source the fish. It comes in fresh.
Absolutely. It's coming from Ecuador.
That's the magic right there. The magic is you bringing in fresh fish without it being frozen even a minute.
Not happening.
Get in. You see this? Come on. Come on. Black truffle sea salt with the potato. Come on. I got a little more tomato with that too. That kind of hits you, that acid from the tomato, that brightness.
You need it with the fish.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Chef, I'm glad you saved this for last, but I'm also glad that this is our last dish because I don't think I have much more room, brother.
Oh no, it's not our last dish.
What?
It's not our last dish.
Come on, man.
No, we gotta have one of our signature desserts. This is a flourless chocolate cake. On top is a chocolate mousse covered with chocolate ganache, toasted hazelnuts, a berry compote, fresh strawberries, and chantilly cream. You can't leave without having dessert.
Chef, you bamboozled me on this one.
Well,
you got me.
That's how it works around here.
You got me.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Come on.
This is going off. What do we do? Do we crack it?
Just go right into it.
It's
right
gorgeous.
in the middle of it.
Okay. Just cut like this?
Yep. Go right in the middle, and we get a little surprise in the middle sometimes.
I'm sorry, everyone at home, but he told me to.
Yeah, just go right in the middle. There you go.
Oh, look at that.
Yep.
Beautiful. Man. Gorgeous.
This is going to ruin your diet.
But again, I'm going to tell you, you might not be able to tell from the camera shot, this is light and airy.
Correct.
I mean, just when you open it up, you can see the bubbles in there, the air bubbles. It's super fresh and light. So what do we do here? We get a little strawberry?
You get a little strawberry, you go into it any way you want to do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna scarpetta this chocolate right now.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna scarpetta that whipped cream, that chantilly cream. Come on, man. Get out of here. I'm like chuckling because this is ridiculous.
Yeah, it looks rich. It is light.
But it's light, yeah, everything you do. It's this whole through line that you've got. Rich, flavorful food, but light. And you could go through, you could get appetizer, main course, dessert here, and leave feeling full but not weighed down.
That's the way I
by
want
your
you
food.
to feel. Exactly the way I want you to do. I want you to enjoy your dining experience with us.
Absolutely. I mean, who wouldn't? This is just great, man. Okay, here we go. I promise this is the last bite. Seriously. No, make sure nobody's around me right now.
Yeah.
This is it. I'm
Love to
almost
see that face.
I'm in
it
like
makes me feel good.
happy tears, Chef. Happy tears.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you for having us.
In all sincerity, thank you.
My pleasure.
For everything that you put in front of us today, for helping tell your story. Where can people find you guys online? You're on Instagram, Facebook?
Facebook, yes. And definitely check us out. Hit us on our website. Find the new events that are coming up.
Okay, what's the website? Somebody knows.
LagoSuBella.com.
LagoSuBella.com, and check them out on Instagram and Facebook. They're there also. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Chef, I can't, again, thank you and Mike enough for all of the hospitality that you gave us here. And hey, you know what to do if you're watching. Like, subscribe, and here's what I want you to do. In the comments below, everything you saw today, what would be your go-to? Are you a dessert person? You want to go straight to dessert? You want to try the swordfish, the lamb chops? When you come here, when you're in Oconomowoc, you stop by, you have dinner, what are you eating? That's what I want to know. I enjoyed everything, but I want to hear from you. So, Chef, really appreciate your time, man.
Once again, thank you for your crew for coming in.
We had a blast. You kidding me? You served us up.
I appreciate it.
So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time on America's Best Restaurants.